The Department of Labor just released its new 6-factor test on determining whether or not you're hiring W-2 employees or 1099s. What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan with Servicely, and I believe that this is the hottest news since the IRS decided to hire 87,000 new IRS agents. We're gonna go ahead and break down each 6 of these factors that they're going to test you on, making sure that you have properly hired either W-2 or 1099. So let's get into it. Factor number 1 is opportunity for profit and loss. Basically, this is saying who's calling the shot. If you're telling the employee to go and do this at this time, at this place for this much money, then you have a W-2 employee. If the person performing the work is telling you that, hey, I will be there at this time to do this work for this amount of money, that is a 1099. Factor number 2 that they're gonna use is investment by the worker. With factor number 2, they're gonna determine whether or not you're a W-2 employee or have W-2 employees or 1099s by asking who's providing the investment for the work. A big one in the home service trade industry is trucks and tools. If you're providing the truck, if you're providing the gas, if you're providing the tools and everything else, you have a W-2 employee. But if the person doing the work is actually providing their own vehicle, their own gas, their own parts, and their own tools, well, that's a 1099. And that is factor number 2. Factor number 3 is going to be the degree of performance. Are you working indefinitely, or is the employee working indefinitely for you? Unless they get fired or quit, are they working indefinitely for you? That's a W-2. If the individual is actually doing a lot of work for different heads, such as real estate agents, other service providers, home warranties, manufacturers, and all that, then it is a 1099. But if they are specifically to you, that's a W-2. Factor number 4 is the nature and degree of control. Specifically, they mention reserved control on their website, which is saying that you can discipline a W-2 employee. Even if you choose not to, you have the authority to discipline a W-2 employee. A verbal, a write-up, a suspension, or even termination can happen with W-2 employees, but that cannot happen with 1099s. The most you're gonna be able to do with the 1099 is quit doing business with them. But if you're trying to discipline your employee to control things, then that's a W-2 employee. So moving on to factor number 5, and I believe that this one is gonna be the most difficult for businesses out there already running 1099s, and that is the work being performed integral? So if you run a cleaning business and you're hiring cleaners, those are W-2s. If you're running a pool service business and you're hiring pool service technicians, those are W-2s. This one's gonna be hard to get around, and I think this is the most convicting if the Department of Labor or whoever decides to enforce these 6 factors. This is the one that's going to put the nail in the coffin. And with that, we're moving on to number 6, which is skilled and initiative. This one's basically saying that if you're hiring someone, put them through a training program and they use that training program or as like a baseline to go out and perform their work, they are a W-2. A 1099 is continuously sharpening their skills, wanting to perform better work so that information gets out there in the open market and that they are sought after for their skills. That's a pretty basic one. That's a good understanding of factor number 6. I'm gonna go ahead and link this Department of Labor 6 factors down in the description so that you can see all of these for yourself. And actually after this 6, they actually say that there is other factors that they are going to determine as well. So this is a gray area. I would be careful with this, but this is huge information in the home service trade business. You want to learn and understand this, whether you are employing someone or you are being employed. I think there's great benefits to having W-2 employees and there's great benefits to having 1099 contractors, but you need to understand the difference. Until then, guys, keep on working hard.